It helps us get the subjective experience.
Yeah, correct. Subjective experience.
And we also
So
try to
what?
understand the explorative.
Yeah, that is true. Any other? Any other purpose? When we want to construct any questionnaire, okay, the questionnaire is measuring the construct. And the construct includes several sub-constructs. Do you have any idea about what is called construct? Any theory is based upon the construct. Theory includes the relationship among several constructs. So what is construct? Construct means, any idea? Construct is the abstraction of concept. Okay. Any construct is the abstraction of the concept. So when you want to define the construct, then you have to define the related concept. For example, learning is the construct. Memory is the construct. Intelligence is the construct. Okay. So constructs, when you want to define the construct, then this definition requires qualitative information. Qualitative information, qualitative data. This requires. So how we collect the qualitative data? There are several methods. Already we have discussed about the focus group discussion, content analysis. So today we will study the narrative analysis. So narrative analysis, the base is the any sort of document, maybe some story. So we can analyze the story. Now I am requesting all of you, please draw whatever comes to your mind on the piece of paper. And after that, you will show me. You will get, 3 minutes time to draw anything, whatever comes to your mind. You draw. Have you completed drawing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now please share your drawing. Shruti?
Sir, how do we share? Like photo, can we send photo here?
Farah, can
Or
you
through,
guide?
sir, just camera we can show. I'll just turn my camera on.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, actually, I'm not able to. Oh, okay, got it. Sir, I'm not good at
Oh,
drawing, but
okay, very
I
good.
drew. I drew a girl playing a sitar. Uh, because I live in hostel and my neighbor, she's from the music department and she was singing, like she's practicing music at the time. So I just had an image of her playing the sitar. So that's what I drew. But yeah, that's it.
Very nice. Good, Sundar, very nice. It is clear. Okay, now
Yes,
you give the name to the person. You write uh, age, educational qualification, and make a story. Okay.
sir, about this person.
Yeah, yeah. About this picture.
Okay.
You make a story.
So just right now you mean, or should I write it down?
Yeah, write it down now.
Okay, sir. So like I
You,
can turn my camera off or should I continue?
yeah, yeah. You can camera.
Okay, sir.
Very nice. Mm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Srishta,
Yes,
what
sir.
you have?
Yes, sir. This is what I have drawn. If you can see with the light,
Oh, beautiful.
just three flowers, sir, and it's like a bouquet.
Yeah, very nice. Beautiful. Okay, now you make a story out of this picture.
A story. Okay, sir. Okay.
Hmm. Kakuli,
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm
have
not
you
very
done?
good in, yeah, I'm not very good in drawing, but I have drawn like some things. I'll just turn on the video.
Hmm.
Sir, I'm drawing something like this.
What is this? Card.
Card and people, bookshop, then like it's a the residential area. At the same time, they have school. They don't have a proper garbage management, so dustbin is just beside the school. Just
Oh, acha. That's
yeah.
good. Many things
Then
are
many,
there.
yes, sir. So many things are there, like So that's what like.
Okay, Kakuli. Now you make a story out of it.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Hmm. Sri Lakshmi, can you share?
Oh, yes, sir. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually a study room.
Oh, acha. Okay, very good.
There's a chair and an open book,
Yeah,
and
and
there's
spake
a
is also
bookshelf.
there. But you are not using spake, no?
What?
Are you using spectacle?
Yeah, I have spectacles, but I'm not using it now.
Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, this is good. Very nice. Okay, now you write down a story. Kavita, can you share?
Sir,
Wow,
can you see
beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. Now make a story out of it. Very good. Mona Lisa, have you drawn?
Good evening, sir. I am in train.
Oh, you are in that train. Okay.
Yeah.
Shubrata, have you drawn anything?
No, sir.
Please you draw. Then you can understand. You will get 3 minutes time for writing the story. Okay, finish. Story writing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shati. So please share your picture that, and after
Sir,
that you write the story. Yeah, you tell the story.
sir, I actually wrote kind of an introduction about the picture with a bit of a story element. Is that okay, or do we have to write a hypothetical story overall?
Yeah, hypothetical story.
Yes, so like I also wrote a hypothetical introduction. Like it's more of an introduction. I'll just share it.
Okay, you share.
So this was the picture,
Yeah,
and this is the introduction I wrote. I'll just read it out.
please.
So her name is Shrishti, and she is a student of music department. She is
Hmm.
26, 27 years old, and she loves listening to music and watching comedy shows. She has a very pleasing personality and a calm demeanor. On most days, she is in her room practicing her vocal lessons, and on other days, she is performing in certain musical events. Once she went to perform in a musical event and returned with a very sore throat. She also loves cooking, and so on the day when she returned from the event, she prepared for herself a soup which had various condiments, and the next day her throat was as good as before. She also won an award at that event for which she treated us later. We all thanked her for the treat and returned happily to our places. So that's all I wrote.
Okay. So whatever you have written, based upon that, you write the title of the story.
Okay,
Okay. Now you write the
okay, sir.
title of the story. Acha, who will present the story now? Kavita, have you done?
No, sir. No, trying, sir.
Okay, you were still writing. Acha. Okay, okay, you write. Shati, you can add. Huh? No problem. I will give another 2 minutes time so that you can finish.
Okay, sir.
Amruta and Farah, you both can draw any picture and write the story if you like.
Yes, sir. I just finished. Can I share the story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sir. I'll show the picture first. So this was the picture of a bouquet of flowers,
Okay.
and I wrote the story here. I'll read it out.
Hmm.
I came home last Friday, very tired and almost drained of all energy. I took a few minutes to freshen up and poured myself a cup of tea. As I entered my room with the teacup, I switched on the light and noticed this bunch of flowers lying on my desk. I was surprised and wondered who had placed it there. I managed to get hold of a note kept beside it. It read, within quotes, "Thank you for being there for me when I really needed help. With regards, Sneha." The tiredness of the day and all my drowsiness vanished in a jiffy as I remembered how Sneha, my next door neighbor, had recently got her first job. She had almost given up on life after losing her father during COVID. I was more of an elder sister to her and had encouraged her to pursue her goals even under distress. This kind gesture once again proved how we all cherish the little things in life. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. Very nice. So what is the title of this story?
Title, sir, I didn't think of it. I just wrote the story. So,
Very nice. Now you write down the
yes, sir.
title.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, Lakshmi, have you finished?
Yes, but I'm a bit embarrassed because of it. It's a bit dark. So I don't want to read it. I'll show you. Uh, this is the uh,
Hello.
picture, and I've written it, which I'll read it.
হ্যাঁ,
Okay.
কারণ আপনারা
Uh,
আমি অনেকগুলো ট্যাবলেট চেয়েছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনারা আমাকে কোনো বাক্স দেননি। এটা কেন? হ্যাঁ, কারণ ট্যাবলেট গুলো তো, হ্যাঁ, আরে আমার কাছে ওষুধগুলো এসেও গেছে, মেডিসিন গুলো এসে গেছে, কিন্তু মেন প্রবলেম হচ্ছে যে ওগুলো তো আমি অনেকগুলো। Yes, Lakshmi, now you can share. Sorry.
okay. The name of my story is Memories That Haunt, and I started reading it. The book lay open, waiting for the reader to turn the page again. The reader of the book was Amal, an old veteran who had quit his job 20 years back due to the horrors he had seen during the war. The hospitals and schools in ruin, people moving from camp to camp, hoping for a shelter, and people trying to stay alive despite the famine. The bodies of children who were victims of the war were still burned to the back of his eyes. Even though he had quitted this job long ago, the memory still haunted him. He would often be startled awake by nightmares, and those memories would make him breathless. The book on the table was the biography of a child who had survived the war, but halfway through, he became overcome by sobs and walked away. That's it.
Okay, it's a very good story. Now you give the title.
It's called Memories That Haunt.
What is the title?
Memories That Haunt.
Okay. Kakuli, have you done? Kavita? Yes, Kavita, please share your picture.
Sir, is it visible, sir?
No, it's not visible. What is there? Okay, flower. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now you share your story.
Sir, human real nature is like that of a lotus, which, when properly nurtured, it appears to everyone very beautiful form. But when a man arrogant about his own talent, then lotus become very heavy, and from mud which it had earlier appeared from its also again sinks into that mud of the ignorance, criticism, jealousy, and hate.
Acha, good. So you are imagining human experience through the lotus.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Okay. Now Kakoli. Amruta Phara, whether you have drawn anything?
Hello, sir. Could you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, as my picture is about, many things I have drawn. So, I have made a story based on this particular pictures because I have drawn like school, factory, like then traffic and everything. So, based
Yeah.
on
So
this
what is
only,
your story?
yeah, I will. Uh, can you hear, sir?
Yes, I am following
Okay.
you.
Okay. So once upon a time in a small town, there was a house nestled amidst lush greenery. It was a peaceful and serene place where families thrive. The town had a school that had been an emblem of quality education for generations. The school was situated in a calm and tranquil environment surrounded by nature, allowing students to develop their well-being and foster a love for learning. However, as the town grew, so did the traffic, and many other settlements can be observed. The once quiet streets became bustling with vehicles causing congestion and chaos during rush hours. This began to affect the students' daily commute to school. The harmony and tranquility they once enjoyed on their way to school become disrupted by the constant honking and jostling of vehicles. Concerned about the impact on the students' well-being, the school administration decide to take some action. They reach out the nearby factory which has been affecting their growth of their children and they reached out to factory management urging them to implement measures to reduce pollutions and noise levels. Recognizing the importance of education and the well-being of the community, the factory management agreed to install modern pollution control system and ensure that noise levels were within acceptable limits. Uh, as the time passed, the factory embraced its responsibility towards the community and started organizing educational outreach program. So they invited students to visit the factory where they learn about the importance of sustainable practices, environmental preservations, and the potential career opportunities within the manufacturing industry. So slowly and gradually, we can see the students once troubled by the dustbin, traffic, and factory now thrive in a nurturing and supportive environment. They receive a well rounded education both inside and outside the classroom, fostering their mental health and overall development. The town became a shining example of how education and industry could coexist harmoniously, recognizing the importance of creating the right environment for the proper upbringing of the younger generations. The main theme of this particular story is that understanding and collaborations and a shared vision for the well being could thrive, community educations could thrive and flourish, ensuring a brighter future for all. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Very nice. Covering environmental issue. Very good.
Thank you, sir. Actually,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you find out the hero or heroine of your story.
Okay.
Amruta, have you written any story?
Yes, sir, I tried.
Okay, will you share? What is your picture?
Yeah. So I have it's visible.
Your picture not visible.
For 1 second.
Elephant, na? Is it elephant? Okay, okay. Some
It's
animal.
a cat. Cat.
Oh,
There's a
cat.
bed and there is a window.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, now you tell me your story.
So this is Mao. The name of the story is Mao the kitty. This is Mao. She's the pet of Ganesh Darshan building. She comes to visit our house whenever she feels hungry. She's so familiar with our house that she directly goes into our kitchen when she feels hungry. My parents are not very fond of cats, but they do give her milk. She drinks the milk like a good girl and then she leaves. She's a very nice cat. Earlier, she used to come to our place very often, but now she rarely visits. Maybe because she gets the food in the society ground, or other people must be giving her food. I do miss her sometimes.
Okay. Thank you. Farah, have you drawn anything?
Yes, sir.
What you have drawn?
Sir, okay, sir, I'm showing. Okay. Sir, let me just this camera now. So this is my drawing. I was
Okay.
writing something on digital slavery.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, you write the story.
Yes,
Have
sir, yes, sir, I have written few lines. Because I was not like I was in the middle of something, and
okay.
so yes, sir, I have written this thing. 1 second, sir. So I've written on digital slaves. We are constantly connected to technology impacts uh, our thinking, developing. So we want to stay connected and did not want to stay connected to what. What should we do, sir? This is my story.
Mm. It reflects your personality.
Yes. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Now I think Sreshta, so your
Yes, sir.
story,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
your story includes some praise factor. Okay, because the heroine is you are talking about Sneha, and Sneha uh, is
Is my
affected by some praise factor.
yes, yes, sir.
So, can you tell what are the praise factor in Sneha?
Sir, test factor as in you mean the
Praise,
stressor?
praise, praise, praise. PRESS. Yeah,
Oh,
you
press.
can tell about the stressor, maybe.
Stressor. Yes, sir. Sir, actually, this girl Sneha, it like it is a personal incident actually. She stays near my house only. So in the COVID, like in the second COVID wave, she lost her father, and they were facing a lot of problem also financially. But she was in college at that time, and then she, just after finishing her graduation, she was looking for a job. She wanted to pursue masters after that. She has done BSc in zoology, so she wanted to pursue masters after that and do further studies. But like because of the financial condition and everything, she had to take up a job which she could do with the qualifications she has right now. So she recently told me that she has got a job as she's working in as an editor in one of the, the research publication, the book publication companies, as an editor. So she just shared the news with me, and this so I thought of sharing it with you people.
Very good. So, what is the latent phenomena in Sneha?
Latent phenomena, sir, I think she has gone through this stress. Definitely she has gone through a lot of turmoil. She has gone through loss also, loss and despair. uh, then she chose to fight back. The way she is handling the situation, the way she has taken up the responsibility for her family. So it talks about uh, the the strength, the inner strength, the positivity, and the will to fight back.
Correct. That means, in case of the narrative research, we can get two things. One
Yes,
side is what is written in the story, and another one, what is not written in the story.
yes,
So
sir.
that is the latent one.
Right, sir.
Okay. And we can find out the stress factor and
Yes,
what
sir.
is the conflict also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to Shati. Okay, Shati, in your picture, in your story, basically, have you observed any conflict?
So what kind of conflict do you mean? Like the conflict related to the character?
Yeah, conflict related to the character, that is this heroine.
Yes, sir. Like once when she went to perform for a musical event, then she returned with a very sore throat. And because she is a singer, so it was a very difficult situation for her because she needs her voice, and due to a sore throat, it was not possible for her to practice or to sing properly. So this was a conflict that she faced. Uh,
Yeah. So do you think that this conflict is very natural, or it is some unique feature?
Well, I think for singers, for her, people in her career, I think it is pretty natural because because when they have to perform, they put their voice through a lot of strain, and I think after huge performances, their voice often has some disadvantages and often has some side effects. So I think it's a pretty natural event or conflict
Natural
that
event.
happens.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Sri Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
so who is your picture is the flower, no? Okay.
No, my picture is the the study room, the book.
Sorry, your book, huh? Correct. Book, and the spec is there. Yeah. So what is the conflict in your picture?
So actually, the book in the picture is about a biography of a child who has survived the war, and the main character of the story is a soldier from a war. So he is currently suffering PTSD from the memories of the war. So that is the current conflict.
Okay. So do you think that this conflict is very natural or some unique features are there?
I think because of his past experiences and his job, it uh, it it evolved naturally. But I think because of his circumstances, it came about. Uh,
Okay. Kakoli,
Yes, sir.
in your picture,
Yes, sir.
several features are there,
Yes,
and
sir.
you have tried to organize all of them very
Yes, sir.
nicely. So, have you observed any conflict in your story?
Yes, sir. First, actually, what happened in this story, I want to see it in like two ways.
Mm.
So, the first thing, what like when because first of all, when I have mentioned in the story, I was telling like it was a very greenery. It was like it was not been urbanized, and factories were not settled. It was not been industrialized. But later on, what happened? We only see the negative aspects of those concepts. So, like we come up with the point like if factory has been settled, then the peace and the tranquility will get affected. But I have mentioned that the negative side of what is been happening. But at the last of my story, what I was trying to focus, that whatever it is happening or whatever development it happens, it we don't have to see only the negative side. There is also something which is positive side. So the positive side of this particular story is like because of the settlement, employment or skill development has been coming up because the collaborations with the factories and these things. So when there is a kind of a cooperation, and like this cooperation also can lead to success. So I want to portray in that particular way. So I want to portray the story from the negative to the how we can turn out something to the positive aspects. So that's what I was trying to focus. That's what, sir.
Yeah, that is your focus of attention. I am asking, that is, what are the conflicts you have observed in your story?
Okay. The conflicts is basically settling up of the industry.
Yes, that is the main conflict in case of
Yes, sir.
your story.
In yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. And there is some coping strategies also in your story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay, Kobita, your lotus.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
have you observed any conflict in your lotus?
Sir, uh, mainly conflict between arrogancy and development of intelligence.
Mm-hmm. And what are the strategies?
If we nurture in uh, in a proper way, then the arrogance, jealousy may be reduced, and inner quality should be uh, come out from a person. This the story is metaphoric in nature.
Okay. So you have given the name, na, in your story. The title, have you given?
No, sir.
Please you give the title.
Okay, sir.
Amruta, have you observed any conflict in your story?
Hunger of the cat.
Have you observed any conflict in your story?
Yes, cat is hungry and he's not getting food. That's why she visits our place.
Okay, please try to find out. Okay, Farah, have you observed any conflict in your story?
Yes, choices. I can see that in my stories, like I said, we are constantly connected to technology and we want to stay connected to that. But we don't want to stay connected to as matlab, that is also there. We want to connect it, but we don't want to connect it. So, what should we do? So, as a human, I cannot resolve this conflict. So, this is my conflict.
Okay. So when we want to do the narrative research, we have to focus on the conflict areas. What is the conflict in the story? We have to find out the conflict areas, number one. Number two, what are the solutions? What are the strategies? Hero or heroine followed. And number three, that is, what are the underlying motivations? What are the underlying motivations? And number four, what are the predictors? That is, which factors are contributing on me to motivate towards some action? So these are the issues we have to explore, particularly for social science research. And another important issue is the latent phenomenon, which is not written in the story. Now I am requesting all of you, please write the codes. What are the codes you have seen in your story? What are the codes? Please you write down the codes just, or you underline the codes. For example, in case of Farah, technology is the code. Connectedness, that is the code. Is it clear? So please you write down the codes. Kakoli, you have many features in your story.
Yes, sir.
Try to find out the codes.
Yes, sir. I have found out.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, Lakshmi.
Sir, in thematic analysis, we do in thematic perception test, we do a similar analysis to this. So is that also a type of narrative analysis?
Yeah, narrative analysis, you have to find out the codes. Now you have finished the storytelling. Now you tell me the codes. For example, in case of Sreshta's story, Sreshta, can you read your story again?
Yes, sir, I'll read it out.
Yeah, please you follow. Everybody follows. The question is, what is the research question in Sreshta's story? So
Yes,
please
sir,
you
I'll
follow.
read.
Yeah.
I came home last Friday very tired and almost drained of all energy. I took a few minutes to freshen up and poured myself a cup of tea. As I entered my room with the teacup, I switched on the light and noticed this bunch of flowers lying on my desk. I was surprised and wondered who had placed it there. I managed to get hold of a note kept beside it. It read, "Thank you for being there for me when I needed help. With regards, Sneha." The tiredness of the day and my drowsiness vanished in a jiffy as I remembered how Sneha, my next door neighbor, had recently got her first job. She had almost given up on life after losing her father during COVID. I was more of an elder sister to her and had encouraged her to pursue her goals even under distress. This kind gesture once again proved how we all cherish the little things in life.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Yes, sir.
Now, one by one, please tell me what is the research question in the story? Shati, what is the research question in this story?
Sir, do we frame the question similar to how we do in quantitative?
Yeah, just what is the research question in this story?
So it
You
could
have
be
to think the research question.
the purpose behind the flowers, uh,
How the
like
flowers?
who sent the flowers, uh, what was the reason behind the flowers.
Okay. Who sent the
So,
flowers? Okay, fine. Kakoli?
So, what makes you happy?
Very good. What makes you happy? That is another story, and that is very much related to the subjective experience. Any other? Sri Lakshmi?
What are the after effects of war?
Hmm. What are the after effects of?
War.
Okay. Any other?
Sir, I think we can also say the importance of empathy in day-to-day life, or the importance of being empathetic in day-to-day life.
Okay. Any other?
The importance of gratitude.
Okay. That is okay. Any other? What is the main theme? Main theme in this story?
So compassion.
No, these are the codes. But
Okay.
what is the research question? Basically, when you read the story, then you have to think about the research question. So the research question is how tiredness vanished. Okay. So if you try to find out how tiredness vanished, then you can find out several predicting variables, several factors you can find out. Another thing, that is the subjective experience of the vanishing tiredness. Again, that you can get it. And another important issue, that is the cultural issue. That is expressing gratitude by giving the flower bouquet. This is clear? Or if you have any question,
Yes,
you can
sir.
ask. Shishta, am I right?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. It comes to my mind that this is the main research question. Now you all try to find out research question in your story.
Sir, I have
Whatever the
doubt.
story you have written, please you read the story and you find out your research question.
Sir, hello.
Yes, Amrita.
I have a doubt. So this research question is subjective, right? So you find the research question that the is related to tiredness, but somebody else might find something else. So how to decide what is the real research question?
Yeah, that is true. That is, the research question comes to the mind of the researcher. And you have to think, that is whether you are able to explore the answer from the research question or not. So whatever the research questions you have told, that is okay. So there is no question of correct and wrong. Whatever comes to your mind, definitely. But try to find out the research question in such a manner so that you can get the maximum information from the story. Okay. Yeah. For example, in case of Farah's story, what is the research question? Farah, can you read?
Yes, sir, my story is very short. And so impact of technology in day-to-day life, maybe.
So what is your research question?
Uh, Sir, that is only key how what is the impact of technology and how to manage all this technology in day-to-day life. Like there are so many varieties, so many choices are there. So
Correct.
how to choose wisely?
Yeah, so this is the major issue. What is the impact of technology in our daily life or in our regular life? So that is the research question. Now, Sri Lakshmi, what is research question in your story?
I have got what is the problems faced by veterans of war?
What is the problem faced by?
Veterans, the soldiers who have resigned, veterans of war.
Okay. And you have noted the answer?
Uh, in my story, the hero has show symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. So that is one answer to
Okay.
the research.
So you have the research question and you have received the answer. Okay. The answer includes several codes. And after that, you are trying to relate the different codes. That will be the memory. So initially it will be the coding. Next one will be the memory. After that, you can develop some theme and sub-theme. For example, in case of Shreshta's story, maybe the theme is that the gratitude, the compassion. Is it clear or any question?
Sir,
Yes, Kobita.
in my
In
story,
your story, yeah, what
sir,
is your research question?
sir, I cannot formulate it. What?
No, theme and codes not same. Theme and codes not same. Theme is the broader one and code is the part of the theme.
Sir, in my
Yes.
story, what
You
is the
try to find out your research question.
Sir, actually, this is the metaphorical type of story where the inner quality and external quality are conflict. Like which type of question arises, sir?
No, you read the story and you try to find out what is the conflict of the lotus.
The conflict between arrogancy and nurture of good quality, human quality.
So why do you think so?
If every human have some level of arrogance is needed for development or no intellect quality, but if the arrogance level is higher, then poor quality is developed, and her actual qualities should be submissive. And this type of thinking it comes in my mind. What is the research question?
You have already told the answer. You have told the answer. Now you think about the question. In narrative research, your first point will be your research question. Okay, Kakoli, have you observed any research question?
Yes, sir.
What is your research question?
What is the impact of factory setup?
Yeah, that is true. What is the impact of? So you are basically focusing on the town planning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so town planning is the major theme.
Yes, sir.
And under the town planning, if it is the town planning, your theme, what will be the sub-theme?
Like settlement.
Yes, human settlement. Very good. Next. Organizing.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kakuli.
Yes, sir. So the quality education,
Yes, quality education.
then the tranquil environment,
Very good.
harmony could be another theme.
Your story, you can extract 10 themes
Yes, sir. Then
because your
the
story has lot of the features.
yes, sir. So harmony, then tranquility, then the well-being.
Okay, so these are the codes. So
Yes, sir.
what is your research question?
So what is the impact of factory settlement?
Any other research question?
Uh, yes, sir. What could be the other fact sir? What is the well-being of the individuals living in that particular community?
Yeah, so how to design, you know?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How do we design or how can we design the town to make the people happy?
Yes, sir.
So if it is your research question, based upon that, you will get the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all the students, you have identified your research question. Now you you write the research question and write the answer based upon your story. You will get 3 minutes time. Write your research question out of your story and then write the answer.
Sir, shall I start my research question? I formulate. How one's arrogance can destroy talent.
Yes, that is the research question. Now you write the answer. You write, this is my research question and this is my answer. Just you write down. You will get 3 minutes time. Done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Shati, what you have written?
Sir, my research question was the daily life struggles of a classical music student. And as an answer, I wrote that they have to practice constantly to keep their voice in a good health. Uh, so, is the research question okay?
No, this is not the research question. Research question will be the interrogative sentence.
Then, sir, like for the story that I wrote, I couldn't come up with or should I mention it like uh, how is the daily life of a classical music student?
Yeah, that may be the research question.
Okay. So for the answer, I wrote that they have to do a constant practice to keep their voice in good health. And apart from this, they have to also keep good care of their health so that it doesn't affect their voice. Uh, Students of musical studies also have to take good care of their appearance as they go for various musical events. Since they are mostly out for musical events, they have to also have good communication skills and a good demeanor. Uh, they also should work on. They also should
No,
keep their.
Shati, one sec. You are using they have to, they have to, they have to. Okay, but your
Yes, sir.
picture is not the they have to. My point is, whatever your research question, that should be elicited from your story.
Okay, sir. Like I got that. I got that. So research question I can frame like how is the daily life of a music student? But sir, for the
Yeah,
answer,
but I have told you that is you give the name to the
yes,
heroine
sir.
or
Yes, sir.
hero.
I gave it.
Yeah, then if you write down that is how is the daily life of maybe her name is Minoti. So how the daily life of Minoti like that.
Okay,
So
so sir, we have to address her in first person, like Minoti does this, and
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
okay,
So
sir,
that
got
you
it.
can get some of the idea.
Okay, understood, sir. Sir, should I reframe and say it then?
Yeah, this is okay now. Now I think you have understood
Yes, sir,
main thing.
understood.
Okay. Now, Kakoli, please
Yes,
you
sir.
share your research question and answer.
Yes, sir. How can we design the town to make individual happy?
Okay.
So this is my research question.
Mhm.
So from the story we can find that uh, to make individual happy in the particular town, in there should be a proper quality education. There should be factory where it engage the individuals as well as they can develop the skills to earn their livelihood. At least they can earn the bread and butter, and then they can uh, they have a
Okay, okay,
quality.
okay, Kakoli, you are going by the should and should not.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
but that should
Okay.
not be. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
it is not
Okay.
the issue from your story.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
So,
is happening in your story, you can focus on that particular area.
okay,
Otherwise, what happen, you will be biased.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, Sri
So
Lakshmi,
I can use like that, no? People of the community
yeah,
is engaging in a quality education.
yeah, that you can write down.
That way I can write, right? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
sir. Okay,
that is
so
good.
engage in a quality educations which make them to earn their income, then like that I can make it, right? Then
Yeah, if it is written in your
Yeah, it is written. It is written in this thing,
okay.
my story. And then I can also add, like, uh, factory can also help increase their the skills and to earn their uh,
Livelihood.
day-to-day livelihood. Like that, I can
Hmm.
write it, right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sri
Okay.
Lakshmi,
Fine.
Sri Lakshmi,
Sir,
yeah,
can you hear me? Okay. So,
yeah, you are audible.
okay. So I have my question. I have reframed it, and I have how does war affect people? Uh,
Hmm.
and the answers are to like psychological disorders and the destruction. I mean, the removal of physiological needs. So, under psychological disorders, uh, according to the story, there is symptoms of PTSD and the destruction of physiological needs. There is famine, displacement, and destruction of buildings. So, these are all the themes that I've got from my story.
Okay, so if it is written in your story, then it is fine. Okay.
Yes.
Sreshta, what is your research question and answer?
Yes, sir. So the question is, how did tiredness vanish at the end of the day? And the answer is, tiredness vanished on realizing that a small act of kindness can go a long way. People may face a lot of struggles or hurdles in life, but with courage, patience, and support, the person will overcome it and reach their goals. When people acknowledge the little efforts in return, it helps us feel special. These small incidents help us live in the moment and forget our worries.
Yeah, that is what you have written. It is a general picture, but actually, what is happening here, that should be focused. Okay, that is the main thing in narrative research,
Okay, sir.
because the researcher may be biased, so researcher should not be biased.
Okay, sir.
Kavita, have you written your answer?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
My research question is how one's arrogance can destroy talent. Answer: it is important to have certain level of self ego, since it creates a standard of living quality and perfectionism. But ego becomes central when the ego becomes central, a deciding factor for one's decision making, then ego leads to the downfall of the individual.
Okay, whether you have written this thing in your story.
Yes, sir. Uh, in
You
my
have
story,
added na, something.
there, yes, sir.
Yeah, you have added later on.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so what is coming out from your story, that will be the answer. Okay. Now I am requesting you to take at least 2 minutes rest, so that after that we can directly go to the Google Classroom. হ্যাঁ বলো। তুমি জার্নালটা তোমার লেখাটা ভালো করে পড়ো, পড়লেই বুঝতে পারবে যে তোমার লেখার কোয়ালিটিটা আর একটা ভালো জার্নালের কোয়ালিটিটা পড়ো, দেখলেই ধরতে পারবে যে কোন জার্নালটা কেন। এগুলো বলার কিছু ব্যাপার নেই, তুমি তোমার লেখাটাকে পড়ো। তোমার লেখাটা একেবারেই দেখলাম যেটা, সেটা হচ্ছে পুরো সাদামাটা লেখা। আর ওই রকম ভাবে কি কোনো জার্নালে পেপার পাবলিশ করে? জার্নালে কিছু নতুন জিনিসপত্র কিছু দেয়, সেখানে কোনো কিছু ইনোভেটিভ ছিল না। হুম। এই জার্নালটাকে দেখো, ভালো করে পড়ো। এই জার্নালটা কোয়ালিটি জার্নাল না। এগুলো অনেক জার্নালই ইন্টারন্যাশনাল বলে, কিন্তু ওরা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্ট্যান্ডার্ড নয়। তুমি দেখো স্কোপাস ইন্ডেক্সে তোমার এটা আছে কিনা, ভালো করে একবার দেখে দিন, সার্চ করো। হুম, বুঝতে পেরেছি। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ। তুমি একবার দেখে নিও যে আমাদের ইউজিসি লিস্টের মধ্যে ওটা আছে কিনা, বা এগুলো সবসময় একটু দেখে নিও ইউজিসি কেয়ার লিস্ট আছে, ইউজিসি কেয়ার লিস্টে ওই জার্নালের নামটা আদৌ আছে কিনা, একবার দেখে নিও। আর তুমি তো পেপারের কোয়ালিটিটা একটু পড়লেই, ওই যখনই কোনো জার্নাল সিলেক্ট করবে, সেই জার্নালের পেপার গুলো একটু দেখে নেবে, কোয়ালিটি অফ পেপারটা কেমন, এটা দেখলেই ধরতে পারবে। এখন তো তুমি অনেক জিনিস শিখে গেছো, তোমার তো অনেক এক্সপিরিয়েন্স হয়ে গেছে। ঠিক আছে, ওইগুলো হ্যাঁ। হুম, জানি জানি। টাইটেলটা খুব সুন্দর, টাইটেলটা ভীষণ ভালো, কন্টেন্টটা অত ভালো না। হুম, লিটারেচার রিভিউ খুব বেশি কিছু নেই। ওটা তবে কি করে তোমার কোয়ালিটি জানা যাবে? হ্যাঁ, আমি এরকম বলবো না, আমি এরকম বলবো না। না, আমি ওগুলো আমি জানি না, ওগুলো আমি করিও না, আমি বলতে পারবো না। খুব ভালো কাজ করেছো, এটা তো ভীষণ ভালো, যে কাজটা করছো ভালো কাজ করছো। শোনো, আমি তোমাকে আবার পরে কথা বলবো, হ্যাঁ, 10টা প্রায় বাজতে চললো, ক্লাস চলছে আমার, হ্যাঁ, আমি পরে আবার কথা বলবো। Okay, dear students, I think we have finished our recess. Now we can directly go to the narrative research methodology. Srishta, can you read it?
Yes, sir. I'm reading it.
Okay.
Narrative research. Narrative research methodology offers a profound lens through which to explore and understand human experiences. Rooted in the storytelling tradition, narrative research focuses on collecting and analyzing stories or narratives shared by individuals to gain insights into their lived realities, perspectives, and meanings attributed to their experiences. This essay delves into the intricacies of narrative research methodology, discussing its principles, approaches, techniques, and ethical considerations, while highlighting its significance in various fields of study.
Very good. Next.
Okay. Principles of narrative research. At the core of narrative research methodology lie several key principles that shape its approach and application. Firstly, narrative research acknowledges the centrality of storytelling in human communication and identity formation. It recognizes that individuals construct and convey their experiences through narrative structures which reflect their cultural, social, and personal contexts. Secondly, narrative research emphasizes the co-construction of meaning between researchers and participants. It views narratives as collaborative endeavors where researchers actively engage with participants to elicit, interpret, and analyze their stories. Thirdly, narrative research prioritizes the exploration of complexity and multiplicity in human experiences. It seeks to capture the diversity of voices, perspectives, and interpretations within a given context, recognizing that no single narrative can fully encapsulate the richness of human existence.
Okay, so this is the principles of narrative research.
Yes, sir.
Next is the approaches to
Approaches.
narrative approaches to narrative research. Please read it.
Yes, sir. Approaches to narrative research. Narrative research encompasses various approaches and methodologies, each offering unique insights and techniques for studying narratives. One commonly used approach is the thematic analysis, which involves identifying recurring themes, patterns, or motifs across narratives to elucidate underlying meanings and interpretations. Another approach is narrative inquiry, which focuses on the process of storytelling itself, exploring how individuals construct, shape, and perform their narratives through language, imagery, and metaphor. Autoethnography is yet another approach where researchers reflect on their own lived experiences and narratives to gain insights into broader cultural phenomena or social dynamics. Techniques in narrative research. Narrative research employs a range of techniques for collecting, analyzing, and interpreting narratives. Data collection methods may include interviews, focus groups, participant observation, document analysis, or the collection of personal artifacts such as diaries or letters. These techniques allow researchers to capture narratives in various forms and contexts, from oral histories shared by individuals to written accounts archived in historical records. In analyzing narratives, researchers may use coding, categorization, narrative mapping, or discourse analysis to identify themes, structures, and rhetorical devices employed by storytellers. Interpretation involves critically engaging with the narratives to uncover underlying meanings, power dynamics, and social implications embedded within them. Next, ethical considerations in narrative research. Ethical considerations are paramount in narrative research, given the intimate nature of storytelling and the potential impact on participants. Researchers must prioritize informed consent, confidentiality, and privacy when collecting and sharing narratives. They should also be mindful of power dynamics and cultural sensitivities that may influence participants' willingness to share their stories. Additionally, researchers must consider the potential for harm or re-traumatization, particularly when exploring sensitive or traumatic experiences. Ethical reflexivity, ongoing dialogue, and collaborative engagement with participants are essential for navigating these ethical complexities in narrative research. Next, significance and applications of narrative research. Narrative research holds significant implications for various fields of study, including psychology, sociology, anthropology, education, healthcare, and literature. In psychology, narrative approaches offer insights into identity formation, trauma recovery, and therapeutic interventions. In sociology and anthropology, narrative research illuminates cultural practices, social inequalities, and collective memory. In education, narrative inquiry informs pedagogical practices, curriculum development, and student engagement strategies. In healthcare, narrative medicine emphasizes the importance of patient narratives in clinical care, diagnosis, and treatment. In literature, narrative analysis enriches our understanding of literary texts, authorship, and reader interpretation. Across these diverse domains, narrative research serves as a powerful tool for understanding human experiences, fostering empathy, and promoting social change. So, in conclusion, narrative research methodology offers a rich and nuanced approach to exploring human experiences, perspectives, and meanings. Grounded in storytelling traditions, narrative research prioritizes collaboration, complexity, and reflexivity in the study of narratives. Through various approaches, techniques, and ethical considerations, narrative research provides valuable insights into diverse fields of study, from psychology and sociology to education and healthcare. As we continue to grapple with complex social issues and navigate the intricacies of human existence, narrative research remains an indispensable tool for understanding, empathy, and social transformation.
Thank you. Thank you, Shrestha. Very
Okay.
nicely you have read.
Yes,
Now
thank you,
I
sir.
am requesting Kakoli. Please you read the steps.
Yes, sir.
Can I start, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Identify the research question. Clearly define the research question or subjective
Or objective.
or objective that will give you narrative inquiry. Consider what aspects of human experience or social phenomenon you want to explore through storytelling. Choose a narrative approach. Select a narrative approach or methodology that aligns with your research question and objectives. Common narrative approach include thematic analysis, structural analysis, and dialogical analysis. Third point, participant selection. Determine the criteria for selecting participants whose narrative will contribute to your research. Consider factors such as diversity of perspective, relevance to the research questions, and willingness to share personal stories. Ethical consideration. I'll continue, sir.
Yeah.
Ensure that your research adheres to ethical principles such as obtaining informed consent from participants, protecting their confidentiality, and minimizing potential harm or discomfort. Data collection. Collect narrative through methods such as interviews, focus groups, participant observations, or analysis of written or visual texts. Use open-ended questions and prompts to encourage participants to share their experience in their own words. Transcriptions and documentation. Transcribe and document the narratives in a systematic and organized manner. Pay attention to detail, capturing not only the content of the narratives, but also the context, tone, and emotions expressed. Data analysis. Analyze the collective narratives using your chosen narrative approach. This may involve coding, categorizing, and interpreting the data to identify recurring themes, patterns, and interpretation. Consider the structural elements of the narrative, such as plot, characters,
and setting, as well as the underlying meanings and perspective. Interpretations and meaning making reflect on the findings of your analysis and interpret the narratives within the broader context of your research questions and theoretical framework. Explore the meanings, insights, and implications derived from the narratives, considering the diverse perspective and voices represented. Next, validations and triangulation. Validate your findings through methods such as member checking, where participants review and confirm the accuracy of their narratives, or triangulation, where multiple sources of data are compared and analyzed to enhance credibility and reliability. Report writing and dissemination. Write a comprehensive report or manuscript documenting your narrative research process, findings, and interpretation. Present your research findings through academic publications, conference presentations, or other forms of disseminations to share your insight with the broader research community. By following these steps, researcher can conduct narrative research that provide rich, nuanced insight into humans' experience, identities, and social interaction. Thank you.
Wow, very good, Kakuli. Thank you. So we have discussed about how to do the narrative research. What is the purpose of narrative research? What are the steps to be followed for the narrative research? All those things we have discussed. Okay. Do you have any question?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, in the second step, choose a narrative approach. What is dialogical analysis?
Dialogical, that is the dialogue. If there is some dialogue between the two people, for example, in case of Shrestha's story, after the story, Shrestha directly asked Sneha, okay, thank you, Sneha, for giving me the flower bouquet. So that is the dialogue. Okay. And Sneha possibly answered something. So like that, there will be some dialogue that is possible in the story. So that is the discourse, basically. It is the discourse between the two people.
How do you do structural analysis?
Yeah, for example, particularly in this type of thing, you can find out that is the flower is the symbolic. Okay. Flower acts as the symbol of gratitude. And you can find out the typical culture of Indian that is showing the gratitude by giving the flower. So you can think about, usually we collect the narratives from the people who are living away from our general society. From there, we can get some of the ideas about their style of living. So that is very much related to the ethnographic approach. So that is possible. And if you get some of the story, and based upon that story, you can find out the whatever the things I have taught to you. That is, two things are there. One is very much in the story, and another is not in the story. It is the latent phenomena. And you have to find out the subjective experience. That is the main thing. Okay.
One more, what is triangulation?
Triangulation is very important because the triangulation indicates the validation. For example, you are asking based upon this particular story, what Shrestha has presented, that is, what is the symbol of this flower? One has said, okay, this is the symbol of gratitude. Another says this is the symbol of compassion. Okay. Another says this, looking at the flower, the tiredness vanished. The thing is that different people perceive the phenomenon in different ways, and you are trying to find out that as a researcher, whether your assumption is correct or not. So that is the validation. Okay. This is very important.
Sir, can I ask you another question, sir?
Sure, sure.
Yes, sir, over here, the validation and triangulation, what she just asked you. So, from the story itself, it can be seen like one person is talking about the flower being a symbol of gratitude, one person is talking about compassion. Then,
Yeah.
when I mentioned about the power or the resilience which has been shown by Sneha, so she fought back and she took up the job. So like sir, there are lots of themes coming here. So
Yes, so that is the limitation of the qualitative research. And that is also the plus point. One point is it is unstructured information you will get because
hmm,
there is no structure, there is no right and wrong.
right, sir. Yes.
Okay, so that is the thing. And interesting point is, as a psychologist, your approach will be to explore maximum information.
Okay, sir.
So if it is very much structured, that
Hmm.
is 10 people you are asking, and everybody is saying, okay, it is compassion, it is gratitude, that's
Hmm.
all. But nobody is telling about the resilience.
Hmm.
That means it is useless.
Hmm.
So you are getting the similar type of response. But
Yes.
one has given that is okay, no, it is a symbol of resilience. And if
Hmm.
you can justify how it is symbol of resilience, then that would be better.
Yes, sir.
So for that reason, in case of the narrative research,
Hmm.
we have to follow the triangulation.
So, sir, this means all the themes are like they are all valid. None can be
There is
like
no question. Yeah, there is no question that is it is invalid. Only
okay.
thing your justification is important.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Your justification is important.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So how is the class today? Whatever the exercise I have done, does it help you?
Yes, sir. Very interesting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are also doing this similar type of research, that is how to make our presentation more interesting. So that is also our research question. How
Okay.
to make you very much happy through our presentation, through our teaching. Because teaching pedagogy for psychology learning, it is very unique in nature. Usually you will not find the teaching pedagogy, but we are trying to develop this teaching pedagogy through our institute. Okay, thank you, everybody. Now, good
Thank you,
night.
sir. Good night, sir. Thank you.
Wishes to all
Thank you,
of you.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.